Learn all about living in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico from Rae Miller in this interview with expats in Mexico.
I moved to San Miguel in March of 2007, so almost 10 years ago. I just was attracted by the cultural aspect that I wasn't seeing anywhere on the coast.
Mm-hmm. Had you taken a trip to San Miguel and fallen in love with it before you decided to make the move?
Yeah, in 2004, I came down here for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I just came down here by myself.
Did you just basically sell everything and pack a few suitcases and get on a plane and come?
Yeah, I rented a place off of Craigslist.
Mm-hmm.
I took a 6-month lease, and it turned out the woman that I rented it from was from San Francisco too. And she showed me the ropes because there were quite a few to learn back then about paying the bills and where everything was and how to deal with life in general.
And there's a very large art community there also.
Yes, there is.
Tell us a little bit about San Miguel. People want to know all about San Miguel. It's a very popular place. Well, what do you love about it?
It's a beautiful, sunny, warm afternoon, and it's December 7th. But it's really amazing to be here and walking down cobblestone streets. I was going to the bank, and you go to the bank and nothing happens the way you expect it, but you just roll with it. And I went to cash a check, and she said, okay, and we did the whole transaction. She said, your money will be ready in 20 minutes. And I thought, great. And I went around the corner, and I had a wonderful lunch, and I went back and picked up my money. It's a little different, but the people are very kind here. And I look around at the beautiful architecture and the colors and the flowers just flowing over the walls, the bougainvillea and other flowers that, like morning glories, come out this time of year. It's really spectacular.
And it rarely snows there.
Rarely, but it does.
Occasionally. It's because it's a central highland city in the mountains. It's can get a little chilly during the chilly. By U.S. standards, it's not that chilly, but by Mexican standards, it can get a little chillier.
Yeah, I think that the thing about the winter here is people need to realize that the houses don't have central heat for the most part, in this place particularly, and it's all made out of stone and concrete and brick. So if you're cold, you need to go outside.
So do you use space heaters then during the winter? Or
we use our fireplace. Yeah. And they do use space heaters, but the electric ones tend to push your electricity bill into the upper zone, so we kind of shy away from those.
That's really people thinking about moving to Mexico, and certainly people who live in Mexico know this to be true, that electricity can get a little expensive. So where are you living now?
I live in a new development called El Paraíso, and it's on a hill kind of above the town. And the reason we moved there was for quiet, for sleeping. It's only 3 miles from the factory.
Tell me what your house looks like.
It's a Mexican contemporary. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, plus a bodega, which it used to be used as a maid's room, but we don't use it for that, so it's a storage space. And we have a complete roof terrace with a view, a laundry room, a living room, dining room with a fireplace, and then a pretty nice kitchen. It's not great, but it's nice.
Mm-hmm. How big of it is in terms of square footage?
I'm just going to guess and say maybe about 2,000 or 2,200 square feet.
Mm-hmm. Do you rent or did you purchase?
We're renting.
Renting. How much do you pay a month in rent?
$1,000.
$1,000. Wow, that'll make everyone envious. Is the restaurant scene pretty varied and extensive there?
It definitely is, and that's only increased, especially in the last 3 years. We're seeing 5-star, 5-diamond experiences here in the central part of Mexico.
What do you guys do for fun and entertainment?
So we go out at night to places like the Fat Boy Bar and Grill. And Centani is another restaurant that has live entertainment, and other places around town that have live entertainment.
There's a big expat community in San Miguel. Are you pretty well connected with a lot of expats?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have many Mexican friends?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
And
And
are you bilingual?
I am almost, I mean, I understand everything, and my grammar could use a little improvement. There are many Spanish schools here and a lot of great tutors.
Right. Yeah, you have a lot to choose from. In fact,
Yeah.
it's probably the center of Spanish language instruction in the whole country of Mexico. So, have you
It,
noticed an influx of expats over the last couple of years?
definitely.
Yeah.
It's not surprising, and one thing that I noticed was about maybe a week ago, I met in one day 3 different couples who had just moved here from the United States, and they were not retirement age.
That's one of the misconceptions many people have about actually expats anywhere in the world is that they're all retirees, and in fact,
Right.
they're certainly not.
Yeah.
They're all a very wide range of people. In fact, many people that I interviewed for my first book in Puerto Vallarta had actually been living there for 20 or 30 years. They'd moved there in their 20s or 30s.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing a bigger group coming in that are young families. There are so many opportunities here
Like what?
for expats. Well, a lot of our friends are in the restaurant and bar business, and others have boutiques. One of my friends has a mid-century modern furniture store. She has beautiful mid-century furniture that she has refinished and offers for sale. There's a big trend here for that. Everybody's interested now in contemporary
Ah,
art,
uh-huh.
and things are changing. It's a colonial town that's having a big influx of modernism.
And lots of entrepreneurs.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
We are
that's
now the wedding capital of Mexico.
oh, is that right?
Yes,
So people from all over Mexico, as well as expats, come to San Miguel to be hitched.
absolutely.
Right.
And there are so many beautiful venues for that, and some wonderful wedding planners, and a lot of business has popped up around that.
Hmm.
So that would include wedding planning, hotels, restaurants, food service, transportation. It's just amazing what's happened.
What are the things that you really like best about San Miguel that you could recommend to someone thinking about moving there?
I really enjoy going to a local organic farm and buying produce, like a whole huge armload that cost me about 100 pesos, which would be $5.
I'm coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I love that. And when you ask for eggs, the lady says, just a minute, and she goes out to where the chickens are and comes back in with warm eggs.
And they
Yeah,
have that nice orangey yolk.
yes.
Yeah, how wonderful.
So
So
the
it's
food
it's
is wonderful.
the nice thing about San Miguel is it's not so large that of an area that it still retains a lot of its countryside charm.
It does, and you can get out of town so quickly here. There are a couple of restaurants that we enjoy going to out in the campo, just about a 10-minute ride from the house. It's amazing, and you feel like you've gone away for the day, you know.
Hmm.
You have beautiful views, and
And when you fly in and out of the area, you go to Leon, right?
well, there's a new airport in Querétaro that's
Oh, there
about,
is. Okay.
yeah, it's on the far side of Querétaro, but it's closer than León. And so now we have a choice beyond León and Mexico City. We now have Querétaro.
And how far is that?
It's about, I would say, maybe an hour away, and León is more like 80 minutes.
Oh, okay. And the connections are to lots of different locations.
Yeah, we still use León because we like to fly to Tijuana to go to California.
Hmm.
There's a great flight, really inexpensive, and they have the new bridge that you can walk over.
Oh,
And it's so easy. It sounded scary to me, but it's a covered tunnel, and it's about 400 yards long.
so you just
That's
walk, you basically clear customs right at the tunnel and walk right into basically Southern California.
exactly.
And then get out the other side and pick up a rental car, and there you go.
Yeah, and they have parking if someone's picking you up. They have shuttles to take you to San Diego or to the train or whatever you want to
Oh,
do.
that's smart.
It's called CDMX, I believe.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember if that's right.
Okay.
No, that's Ciudad Mexico, sorry.
Yeah,
But
that's Mexico City.
yeah, it's a great service. So we still use Leon, but for we like to go to Puerto Vallarta, and the flight from Querétaro to Puerto Vallarta is really inexpensive, and it cuts a huge amount of travel time compared to taking the bus or driving.
Yeah, if you're driving, it's probably about a 6-hour drive, or no longer than that, probably.
Longer than that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 12-hour bus ride. I think driving it's probably about 8 hours.
Yeah. And you're how far from Guadalajara by car?
I think that's 6 hours.
6 hours, okay.
Yeah.
And then you've got another, well, with the new highway opening from Guadalajara to Puerto Vallarta, that'll cut time down too. So,
Yeah.
but that's nice to know that you can fly over there for a very reasonable price.
Oh, yeah, and you leave in the morning. The driver picks you up, takes you to the Querétaro airport. You get on the plane. You hop into Guadalajara, and then you hop to Puerto Vallarta, and you're on the beach by noon.
I love it. Sounds great. Best of all worlds.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, when you first moved down there, did you encounter any culture shock?
Yes.
In what regard?
Okay. Getting things done. If you come down here having an expectation about how and when things will be done, you will be disappointed until you learn that they may be done differently than you think, and that it may be done on a different time frame than you think. And if you're resolved to that, if you accept that, then you're going to just love it. But if you are trying to hold the people here to your schedule and your way of doing things, you're going to be disappointed. I learned that pretty quickly. Banking is very difficult. It's made great strides, but it's still difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And getting people to show up for things like house repairs, it takes a long time to get a good team together. And mañana does not mean tomorrow, it means not today.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the literal translation.
Yeah. Yeah, not today.
Let me ask you one last question. What advice would you give to someone thinking about becoming an expat in Mexico?
I would advise them to pack their suitcase and get going. No, I really
Don't
love
think
it.
about it, just do it.
Yeah, I think maybe people should make an exploratory trip. That's what I did.
Yes.
I put a 6-month trip together and extended it as soon as I could. When I saw that I really liked it, I went back, I got my car, I got more things to bring down with me. I drove down here alone. I don't know if I would do that today, but at the time, it was not an issue.
Right. When you say you wouldn't drive down now, is there a reason that you think it's less secure? Or?
I just think I wouldn't drive down by myself.
Oh, I see. Okay. If you had,
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
or someone.
Mostly
Yeah.
because,
Because the roads are pretty good.
yeah, the roads are great now. Actually, they're probably the best they've ever been.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the borders are pretty easy. They've computerized a lot of stuff. So it's a lot easier than it used to be.
Right.
But you do have to do a little research about your crossings and where you need to go.
Sure. Listen, I've really enjoyed the conversation, Ray.
Thank you. I have too.
This has been terrific. If anybody who's watching this video wants to stop on by your gallery, please do so.
Thanks. I would appreciate, and I'd love to meet anybody who has questions. So
Okay. Thanks, Rae Miller.
thank you. Bye-bye, Bob.
Yeah. Bye now.